She had no idea that one small act of kindness would change all their lives forever. It was a cold, gray morning in downtown Chicago. Snowflakes floated gently from the sky, covering the sidewalks with a soft white blanket. Inside a small, cozy diner tucked between high-rise buildings, a young waitress named Emily adjusted her apron and glanced at the clock. Her shift had just started, but the tiredness in her eyes said she hadn't slept much. She never did. Between juggling 2 jobs, caring for her sick mother, and managing her online community college classes, rest was a luxury she couldn't afford. Yet, every morning, she greeted her customers with a warm smile, because that's who she was: kind, compassionate, and quietly strong. It was just another Tuesday morning, or so she thought. As the bell above the diner door jingled, Emily turned to see a man walk in with a little girl wrapped in a worn-out pink coat. The man looked about 40, with stubble on his face, sunken eyes, and the kind of weariness that life imprints on people who've seen too much too soon. The girl, maybe 6 or 7, clutched his hand tightly. Her eyes were curious but tired. Emily watched as the man led the girl to the corner booth, trying his best to smile for her. He looked around cautiously, almost embarrassed, as if being in a public place made him nervous. His clothes were clean but faded, his shoes scuffed. They sat quietly, saying nothing. Emily walked over with a notepad in hand. "Good morning," she said softly. "Can I get you anything?" The man looked up, startled, like someone pulled from deep thought. Just a coffee. Black. That's all." Emily glanced at the little girl. "And for your daughter?" He hesitated. "We're okay. Just the coffee." Emily smiled gently. "Got it." She walked back to the counter, heart aching. She knew that look. She'd seen it in her own father's eyes when he lost his job and couldn't feed the family. She saw it every time she looked at herself in the mirror after another 14-hour shift. Quiet desperation. The man clearly hadn't eaten, and his daughter looked like she hadn't had a warm meal in days. Without telling the cook, Emily prepared a second cup of hot chocolate and a plate of pancakes with strawberries, her favorite when she was a child. She paid for it with her own tip money. When she returned to the table, she placed the coffee before the man and the pancakes and cocoa in front of the little girl. The man looked up, surprised. "I didn't order this." "I know," Emily said. "It's on the house. Kids can't start their day without something sweet. Trust me, it's diner rules." The little girl's face lit up. "Thank you," she whispered, eyes wide as she stared at the strawberries. The man blinked quickly. His voice was low. "That's very kind of you. You didn't have to." "I wanted to," Emily said with a soft smile, then walked away before he could say more. From the counter, she watched as the man helped his daughter pour syrup over the pancakes. He didn't touch the food, only sipped his coffee in silence, deep in thought. Emily saw him pull out an old phone, scroll through a few photos, and then put it away, as if the memories hurt too much. What Emily didn't know was that the man sitting at that booth wasn't just another struggling father. His name was Ethan Cole. Just 2 years earlier, he was a millionaire CEO of a tech firm that made headlines for its meteoric rise. A brilliant mind with a humble beginning, Ethan had built everything from scratch. But success came at a price. He lost his wife in a tragic car accident. Her death shattered him. He withdrew from his company, his friends, and his world. Eventually, he handed the company to his board, sold his house, and took his daughter away from the life that constantly reminded them of what they had lost. That morning, Ethan had no destination. He had checked out of a motel after 3 nights, almost out of money. He didn't care about wealth anymore. All he wanted was peace, to find some meaning in the mess his life had become. The only thing keeping him going was the little hand that held his every morning, his daughter, Lily. After breakfast, Ethan stood to leave. He approached the counter quietly. Emily was refilling a customer's coffee. "Excuse me," he said. "What's your name?" "Emily." "Emily," he repeated. "Thank you, for the food, for the kindness. It's been a long time since someone did something like that." She smiled. "Sometimes all it takes is a little kindness to get through the day." He nodded, hesitated, then left. Days passed. Emily forgot about the incident. She had a dozen other worries. Her mother had a health scare again, and bills were piling up. She picked up extra shifts, worked double weekends, and even considered quitting school. Then one morning, the manager called her to the back. "You've got a visitor." Emily stepped out to find a man in a tailored suit waiting for her, a sharply dressed stranger with a gentle smile. He introduced himself as David, assistant to Mr. Ethan Cole. Emily blinked, confused. Mr. Cole would like to see you, David said, handing her a business card. It was embossed with the name of one of the largest philanthropic foundations in the country, the Lilly Foundation. Why would he want to see me? She asked. David smiled. Because you changed his life. The next day, Emily met Ethan in a downtown office building. It wasn't a company anymore, it was a foundation. Ethan had returned to the city, not to rebuild his business, but to build something more meaningful. Inspired by Emily's kindness, he had decided to start a nonprofit to support single parents, struggling families, and people who, like him, had lost everything but were still trying. I spent millions on things that never mattered, he told Emily. But you spent a few dollars to remind me of what really does. Emily was offered a position on the foundation team, a scholarship to finish her studies, and a chance to work directly with people in need, doing what she loved most, helping others. Years passed. Emily became one of the lead coordinators at the Lilly Foundation. She graduated college with honors, helped build shelters, funded food programs, and inspired thousands. She never asked for recognition. She still wore that same smile every morning, just like in the diner. Ethan, he found peace, and friendship, and slowly, healing. He never forgot the moment he sat in that booth, empty, broken, and was seen, not by someone powerful, but by someone kind. And Lily, she grew up remembering the pancake angel, as she called Emily. The one who reminded her father that the world was still good. So the next time you wonder whether one small act of kindness matters, remember Emily. A poor waitress who gave coffee to a struggling dad, not knowing he was a lonely millionaire. Not knowing she would be the one to change everything. And maybe, just maybe, you will be someone else's turning point too. Motivational voiceover. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more inspiring true stories. Your one share might inspire someone to show kindness today. Thank you for watching.